What's up, everybody? It's Stocks for Real, Sacrifice for Riches. This is the Sacrifice for Riches podcast. I know you have not seen a lot of videos posted here, and that's because I've just been speaking from my heart and just from like current states of mind to those that are members. I've been doing a lot more live streams for members only, so that's kind of where I've been like pouring that information into. But essentially, I wanted to not forget those that are subscribed to me, those that might be interested into in that content for that podcast. You know, that's what they call it, whatever. So essentially, I ran into a lot of people like having issues with taking profits, right? It's either you're holding too long and watching your green go red, right? Your gains turn negative, or you're getting out too early and you're watching your play out, but it's gone without you. So ultimately, I'm making this video to kind of maybe help with that mindset or like what's going on. So at the end of the day, no matter if it's you in positive territory or you having gains and you're getting out early, or you holding on to losers for too long, it's all a matter of fear. I'm sorry for the glare. I'm driving. This is about the only time I have like to do it. When something comes to mind, I just record. Okay, but essentially, it all equates to fear. Fear of missing out, or just fear of losing your gains or whatever, right? So let's break it down. Let's break it down from the from gain position level of fear. So what do I mean? Well, you hop into a trade, whether you're in stocks, futures, options, whatever it may be, right? And then you're up. Let's say you're up 30%, whatever. But you are far away from your target, but you've been on a losing streak, or you're not sure if you should take profit or whatever, but you're scared. Either way, a bunch of feelings come out. You start to ignore your technical analysis, you ignore your trading plan, and you just say, you know what, I'm selling out of my position, I'm going to take my gains. The problem is that when you do that, you have not come to the acceptance of that move. You have not grown to accept that move before you made the move. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is that you made a knee-jerk reaction because you were fearful of losing your profits, right? So what happens? Well, when you get out of that position, right, and that play ends up starting to run or continue on its run, rather it's up or down, whatever, puts or calls, longs or shorts, right, and it starts to run without you, you have not left the market, right? You're still watching that play instead of moving on with your life. So what do? You end up popping back into that position. Instead of just accepting the gains that you just took, you hop back into that position, and then you set this arbitrary stop loss, right, which gets you smoked every time. So let me know if I'm talking to you. You hop into a play, you go up 30%, you exit the play, it continues to run, so you hop back in without any real entry position, without no strategy. You just hop in, right? And then only for that stock to turn around and smoke your stop loss and then continue again without you. And then some of you might get licked up 3 times, right? So you get stopped out once, you go back in. You get stopped out twice, you go back in. You got stopped out 3 times, you go back in, and next thing you know, your gains have been washed away, and now you're way more negative than you are positive. Why? Because the second or third time you hop back into the trade, you hold on too long. So now you're holding on to losers because you're fearful of losing, right? So it's like this cycle where we take from the market, but we give it right back, and it's because of fear, 100%. And to get back to the point when I was talking about accepting your move, like, you did not have a conversation with yourself that said, hey, if I close this position, I'm okay if this continues to run without me. You have not accepted that. You didn't have that conversation with yourself. So I encourage you to do that. The next time you're in a position of fear, right? Because you can't avoid it, like, especially if you're early on, you're still trying to establish yourself as a trader, a disciplined trader. I still fight it. Just so you know, I'm not perfect. I'm far from it. I'm still learning. I'm still a student of the game. But I can speak to these issues because I've made the mistakes myself, and I'm seeing it, right? But a lot of times people just don't know how to put it. They don't know how to define what they're going through, right? So that's what I mean. You have to identify these things and accept it before you make your decision. So that's what I would do early on. Eventually you'll get to a point where you'll just start trusting your process and you'll let it run. But here's the alternative, right? Say for instance, if you had that conversation with yourself and you said you would not be okay if you were to exit this play and then it runs without you. Well then, okay, if you're not going to be okay, then what's your plan? Are you going to exit right there? Okay, well, what's your play to get back in if that's the case? Or do you have any strategy? So here's my strategy. Here's what I would say to you. Not financial advice. You do whatever you got to do, but this might help with the mental fear that comes with your trading. So what I decided to do was to make sure that I grab more than one contract. I might grab 2 to 3 contracts, right? And then I can make my decision that way. So here's how it works. I buy 3 contracts of a position, whether it's up, down, whatever, right? Once I'm up, whatever arbitrary percentage you want to use, right? 50%, 100%, 30%, whatever it is. And you say, I'm fearful that I'm going to lose my profits. So I want to exit, but I don't want to miss the run. I want to stick to my strategy. Well, guess what you can do? You can trim your position. You have 3 contracts, so you can sell 2 contracts and then let that last one ride, and then don't touch it until it reaches your stop level. Your stop level should not be an arbitrary percentage of what you're willing to lose. I mean, it can be. I mean, if that's how you trade, that's how you trade. But essentially, your stop loss should be when the play is no longer valid. So when your play is invalidated is when you should be out of your position. Not let's hop in and let's set a 10% stop loss. Well, your 10% stop loss is probably going to get hit every time unless you're near a significant level where it should not break this line type deal and your entry's on point, right? That's when you can set a percentage or whatnot at that point. Again, you do you, I do it this way. So I'm not a millionaire. I can't hold a candle to some of these guys that are on YouTube teaching you all the game, but I can speak from my experience and what's worked for me, and maybe it'll work for you. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what works for you in this situation, in these situations, and we'll go from there. This is Stocks for Real, Sacrifice for Riches podcast. If you guys are interested in joining the community, we are welcoming channel supporters, minnows, dolphins, orcas, anglers, megalodons. We are teaching one-on-one basic stuff in the Discord so we can all speak the same language. And then for our higher tier members, we're starting to talk a little bit deeper about we're doing deeper dives into what we're teaching on the baseline, and we're covering plays. We're talking about plays every day, right? And we're crushing it. Some of us are, and some of us are getting it. But either way, nobody's left behind. We're a team, and we're growing, and it's an awesome community that I'm happy and fortunate to be a part of. So join up if you want to. Otherwise, like, subscribe, comment, and we will see you in the next one. This is Stocks for Real. Take care.